All right, what is up, everybody? Divine Hood here, coming at you with another daily update on Bitcoin. I'm just going to cover Bitcoin in this video, so it's going to be a short and sweet video. But we did get the move that we were looking for yesterday. One of the potential moves we were looking for yesterday, ended up happening. So when I made my video yesterday, we had talked about that bullish divergence and a drop into our box of support where we took the long here from the point of control, which is now shifted to the upside, and we were seeing a bounce. It was a weak bounce, and overnight yesterday, when I was uploading my video, we were right in this area, and we were about to break the channel to the downside. We talked about if we break the channel to the downside, we would flush down lower to this area of support, or the bigger area of support around 80.7, where our weekly is. But we were able to hold that level, hold the trend, the overall ascending channel trend, this correction to the upside in this ascending channel, and you can see we saw a nice bounce. Now, yesterday in the video, I talked about a few things for weekend type price action. So let me go ahead and hide this now. We were talking about the liquidity above these local highs on the bearish backtest of the value area high. The bearish backtest of the value area high. Now, this was very tricky because as we first came up on this hourly candle here, you can see this wick. Let me zoom in on this a bit better so you guys can see this. You can see we did grab the liquidity above those highs, and we closed our hourly candle below, having a swing failure pattern, and we even closed our hourly candle below the value area high, which was a concerning sign, a sign that we could have actually rolled over. But you can see we did not have much of a rejection. The next hourly candle had a small push down, and then the next hourly candle, we were able to break through that value area high with volume to the upside. Now, this naked daily point of control was not there. That just confirmed 2 hours ago, so let's hide that for a second. And what happened? We broke above the value area high with some volume in this candle, back tested what used to be our prior highs and our relative value area high, and we made that last parabolic push up to the level we were looking at yesterday as an intermediate level of resistance for Bitcoin, where we had our internal liquidity grab into our 786. Now, our daily was up there too. We did not hit the daily, but if we do that fib pull from the highs of Wednesday to our lows that we made on Friday, and we look at our 786, let's just pull that over. You can see we hit the 786, and we had the confirmed swing failure pattern here. We saw a decent drop to the downside already. So if you are in that short, let's just say I haven't taken profit yet because I am waiting for this area of support down here, which you can see is a new box marked out here. And I'm going to go into this in just a second. So we did see that liquidity grab into the 786, and we did get the rejection from our purple box that we were looking at yesterday. Purple box of resistance. Now that we have broken above this value area high, we are breaking out of our smaller range since March 9th. We can look at levels to look for if this continuation is going to continue. And what we can look for now is if we had the confirmed swing failure pattern, we can look for what used to be resistance in the value area high, used to be resistance, to now be flipped to support and continue higher up to our real key level that I've been watching for this correction, between 88K and 88.6. And I've been talking about this for over a week in my videos, so it should be no surprise to any of you that I am still watching for this area to be hit. Let's go ahead and clean this up just a bit. Now, why am I looking for a bullish backtest of the value area high? Well, because we got the confirmed swing failure pattern, there is a chance that we can drop down to this value area high to backtest it on a larger time frame. But you can also see it is in alignment with the bottom of our ascending channel that has been our trend for this entire move. Anytime we come down to the bottom of the channel, we are seeing bounces. So, value area high, bottom of the channel, but also if we look at our local golden pocket pull from the lows yesterday, which actually happened during the video I was making, to our highs that we had today, and we turn on the golden pocket, look at where our golden pocket is coming in, right in that area. So we have our value area high, golden pocket, and channel bottom all acting as a support level if Bitcoin wants to continue making higher highs, higher lows very locally. Now, of course, we haven't broken this high yet, up at 87.5. But this could be a level of support we're going to bounce from to continue up to 88K. Where I would be looking for this overall correction, this could be an ending spot for it. I also remember I've been talking about 90.5 is another very, very key area. So I do still want to make you guys aware that if we do break this, I will be looking at 90.5 as an area to end the correction as well. But overall, this is bullish that we are finally breaking above the value area high. It is concerning that it is a weekend break, and we had a local liquidity grab, an internal liquidity grab. So now if we break back into the value area of this range, what do we look for? We look for a move down to the point of control. Well, look at where the point of control of this range is now. Remember, it shifted up yesterday. It was around 83.2. It shifted up to about 84.2. So about $1,000 it shifted up. Well, now you can see I have marked out here a brand new naked weekly point of control. Now that we have closed the weekend price action UTC time, we have closed and we have started a new week in UTC time. I went ahead and looked at our new naked weekly points of controls, and we have a new naked weekly point of control right on top of our 2-week range point of control. This range is from March 9th to present day. So that if we do not hold this support between 84.8 and 84.7, I do expect to move down to 84.2, which is not much lower, to be honest. And then, of course, we do have a new daily level now as well that confirmed 2 hours ago at 83,850-ish. That area to me is not as important, but if we go ahead and take our golden pocket pull from the lows from Friday to our highs, you can, well, yeah, I think it was the 786. It was either, yeah, 786 was there. That's right. So 786 is on top of our daily. So we do have to know that there is some confluence there. If we come down to that daily, we could see a bounce from that area. I know that this is confusing, guys. Bitcoin keeps building support levels, but that's what local support levels, but that's what happens in these higher high, higher lows, higher highs, this small grind to the upside, because we have a daily and a 786 down in this box as well. But this new daily and this new 786 are literally right on top of each other. Okay, so be aware of those levels. The area between 84.8 and 84.7 is the first support where I'll be looking for a first TP on the swing failure pattern. The second level of support is the naked weekly point of control in perfect confluence with our 2-week range point of control. The next level below that is the daily in confluence with the 786. All right, so overall, Bitcoin did see a nice push up today. Actually, I want to go into our CVD indicator, and I want to go ahead and talk about this here. Let me go ahead and clean this up because I was just showing someone something. All right, bear with me, guys. Sorry about this. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our move today. What happened during our move today? You can see here our lows on yesterday, on Saturday, were right here. Right when I was making the video yesterday, we were right down in this area. And look at where our CVD was. Our CVD was pretty low down in that area, right on top of that low. CVD was at a low here. Well, today, what is CVD? CVD is aggressive market participants, longs and shorts, market longs and shorts. So over the day, our CVD has been increasing pretty drastically, meaning more longs are coming into the market than shorts. A lot of active market longers, successfully pushing the price up on Bitcoin. But how do we know this is a healthy push up and not just a short squeeze? Well, we can look at our open interest here. Now, at the very beginning of our push up, you can see our open interest drops for a little bit. So this move actually started with a little bit of a short squeeze. People were probably shorting right down into the local golden pocket, which, you know, is not a good idea. You can see our golden pocket pull from these lows here. Let me turn on the magnet. From our lows from Friday. Let me get that right. And let's just go in here real quick. Let's turn off all of this stuff. Okay, and you can see that 618 was hit and our 0.65 as well. I don't have the 0.65 on the chart, but just take my word for it. We hit into that local golden pocket, and we saw shorters shorting pretty much right into that area. So the first little move up, this little move up here was a bit of a short squeeze, just squeezing out those late shorters. But then what happened next was very important, because I often say this on short squeezes. If you see a short squeeze to the upside, if new money doesn't come in to support that price, the price generally falls right back down after the short squeeze happens. Well, look at what happened here. Right down here at the bottom, we did see new money start entering the market overall. You can see our open interest, which is new positions, opening or closing of positions. We see a lot of new positions opening today. Now, we know those new positions are long positions based off of the CVD, which is aggressive market participants. So we saw a healthy move to the upside to our resistance level that we were watching in this purple box. Healthy move up, pushed up, new longs coming in, successfully pushing the price to the upside. You can see that our money flow on Market Cipher was very bullish, very parabolic looking, pushed to the upside to our resistance area, and now we are seeing a liquidity grab, and of course a drop from after taking the liquidity, which could be expected on weekend price action. I talked about this in yesterday's video. Market makers really like to stop out liquidity on both sides on the weekend. So we just came up and stopped out the liquidity of not only these highs right here where my cursor is, but also the other level of internal highs that we were watching. The two important internal highs both got swept today. And now, could we look for them to sweep the lows at 80.7 primarily? Only if we break back into the value area. Because if we can bullishly backtest the value area, we're probably going to continue higher. So let's go ahead and go into our coin glass. Let's go to liquidations, heat maps. Okay, so you can see here on the 48-hour chart now, we swept all that liquidity. Here, all the liquidity that we were looking at, swept. No, not much more to the upside locally. Now to the downside, we do have liquidity below us to the downside. And you can see the end of this second liquidity cluster is at 83.2. which is below our weekly here. Really coming into these lows. Right below these lows, we have some liquidity. And so now we can look for a move. If our value area high holds us, we can look for a move higher. If it breaks, we can look for maybe us to come down and take all that liquidity. We do have a lot of supports that are building below us though. We have the new naked weekly point of control at our range point of control, and we have the daily in the 786. And then, of course, we have another daily in 786 down below our Friday lows. But overall, Bitcoin did make a nice move up today. We took that liquidity. We saw from our CVD charts that it was a healthy push to the upside. And now we just wait to see what this liquidity grab does. You guys could have shorted this liquidity grab because we did have confirmation to short this. If we go into our 15-minute chart, you can see very clearly here, higher highs on the price action, lower highs on the momentum waves, possible short into the liquidity grab. The second you close that wicks above that liquidity level at 86,500 and then starts to drop below it, you could enter your short. Let's see, into your short position. You would put your stop right above that local high. You could give it some breathing room. You could even put it above the daily if you really think it's going to come up again. And you want to be targeting the value area high as your first take profit level, with some to run possibly all the way down to the weekly and the value area low. But that's a bit ambitious for now until we lose the value area high. But you can see even here, even if we put it above the daily, that's still almost a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. If you just put it above the local highs, you know, that's a great trade, pretty much a 10-to-1 risk-reward ratio just to take it back down to the value area high. So, yes, we were seeing confirmation to enter that short. That was, you had to be paying attention, though, on the charts at the time. Okay, that's about it for Bitcoin, guys. So now, what are we looking at? If you break back into the value area, we can expect a bigger push to the downside. But now that we are above the value area, we can look for it to be flipped to support. So our first green box, our local green box now, if we come down here, we bounce from this area, I do expect to move up to 88 to 88.6K. And then we'll have to see what happens once we get up here. Let's see. What else am I not covering here? Let's go real quick to our bearish pitchfork. And you can see, yeah, not too much. We didn't quite make it up to our top of our pitchfork band where we also have our daily. So I did want to see that daily being hit as well, but we didn't get it. But we did hit the 786, and we did hit the we did grab the liquidity. So that is of note. 1 hour chart. Yeah, you can see that daily is pretty much right in confluence with the top of the pitchfork band, the bearish pitchfork band. And look at this. We're losing the pitchfork band right now. We actually, on the lower time frames, are seeing a back test of that pitchfork band right now. So if we do reject, if we can't break back into the pitchfork band, I do expect to move back down to the bottom of the channel, which is where our value area high is. You can see this value area high there. So it looks like right now we're having some trouble with that. Okay, that's about it, guys. You guys have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Please, if you got anything out of this video, or if you learned anything from this video, please hit the like button, because I'm trying to grow the channel, just, trying to get more out there. And I also have MEXC as a sponsor. I have a link in the description below. If you do sign up using my affiliate link, you guys will get discounted trading fees, and you can get deposit bonuses depending on how much you deposit, and you can get futures trading bonuses depending on how much you trade. Also, it does help me out a little bit too. So, appreciate the support. Thank you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.